This is Tristan Manning. I will be doing my midterms. So I start off with the eagle string, unlimited, and eagle string. Using namespace, obviously, this is where I start my function. The positive double is used throughout the entire function, and it's made to make sure that I get a positive number from the user. Using this right here, it will check if the number is negative. And while it is above 0, so or greater than 0, it will then let you move on. This right here makes it so the number that the user inputs for the month is greater than 1, so that you can't input like 0 in your number, because then the program would fail. Using this gets the input. This makes sure that while it is greater than 1, the program will run. This is the input validation. The way to get range right here is me to just get the start M and N and M values. It is not meant for the user to see. It is only meant to store values. Start M is where the user will input the starting month number, and the end M is where the user will input the end month number. This makes sure that the starting month is less than the end month, because otherwise the entire program wouldn't make sense. This is input validation. This again is used just to get the values. So the amount in the budget that you will have for the entire program is here. This right here is used again to make sure you have a positive number instead of negative, both of these, and it transcribes it to these variables, amount and budget. And this is used to get the utility cost for all, basically everything. And this right here is just made to look pretty. This right here makes so that this will loop on until it reaches the end of the month's range, so it doesn't go on forever. So you start the value. This stores the budget and makes sure that it's positive. Voided meals is for the groceries and the restaurant. This is for the budget right here, to make sure the variables are initialized. Again, this is made to use the program look good. This again is made to loop and get the user's input throughout each month until the month's range reaches. This stores the monthly groceries and the monthly restaurant bill within groceries and restaurants. This will store the user's input for the grocery budget and the restaurant budget. And main is where we start the actual function. This is where the user will input right here. So since we did get range up here, it'll make sure that while it is acquiring the user's input, that it is above, that it follows the rule set here. So it is above 1, and it has to be positive. This calculate the range using the months. Here I start the variables for rent, the rent budget, the insurance budget, get fixed cost is used as a function for the rent in the rent budget as well as the insurance and insurance budget. Right here I set the electricity, water, gas, and internet in 13 arrays to make sure that each of these values are kept in the same variable, but that they can also be different, because these are the only ones that can actually change the cost within each variable. These don't need to change. Right here, the budget for these don't change, but the actual expenses for the utilities do. So I need to space them out because they can change independently. This will get the information from the user for the electricity, water, gas, and internet, just like here. These will make sure this will do the same thing as up here, which is getting the user's input for the maintenance budget, renovation budget, also making sure that they stay above 0. These are also arrays, just to make sure that the user, because these can change too. Get meals is used as a function. These are our total and budget total. These will be used at the end of the main function in order to display the total amount of expenses and the total budget. The budget total in total right now, adding the month's rent, then plus months times insurance, so you get the sum of the fixed monthly cost and the fixed monthly budget. I'll do the same for the utility sum and utility budget because they are 4 different variables and I need to put them together. So this goes through the ranges, the month ranges for whatever the user inputs, and then that will, while it's going through the ranges, it will add up the utilities straight into utility sum. The utility budget will also get it, but this time with the budget variables, which were up here. The total will then, utilities sum will also add to the total, as well as the budget. The same thing happens here for the meal. And the budget for the meal is the same thing as up here. I use fixed position here, fixed set position here, so that I can format the numbers into money. Then I will show the user their total expenses, their total budget, and whether it went over or if they saved on money. This will show the user the categories they went above in. So, such as like if the rent went above their rent budget, it'll show that they went above their mortgage or their rent, and so on. The same goes from down here, and then I end the program. And I'll show you that it works. So I'll type in, let's say, 8, and let's say 10, let's say 100, and the budget is, let's say, 50. And for home insurance, let's say we have 500, and let's say the budget is 250. Let's say I spend 120, and 240 here, and here. So let's say the monthly budget is $400. Then for water, let's say it's 300, 200, 300, and the budget is 250. For gas, let's say it's $540, $400, and $60, and the budget is 500. And for the internet, let's say it's 320, 300, 400, and the monthly budget is 200. Let's say I spent $1,020 on, and I only have 1,000 for budget. Let's say the renovation was 15,000, and let's say that our budget was 13,000. And for the meals, let's say 200. For restaurants, let's say 400 per month. 250, 300, 300, 250. And let's say the budget for monthly groceries is 300, and the budget for restaurants is 400. It'll now say that my total expenses were 10,110, so I spent over $10,000, and my budget was 9,450. It then shows that I went $660 over my budget, and it shows that my mortgage and rent, insurance, maintenance and repair, and renovation were things I went over my budget for. That is all. Thank you for listening.